Welcome to the Deep Sleep Channel. Tonight, we journey through billions of years of Earth's history. We witness the most extraordinary transformations ever to occur on this planet. We explore the miracles of evolution, the moment-by-moment, generation-by-generation changes that created the living world we see today. This is not a story of sudden creation. This is a story of gradual, relentless change. It is a story written in fossils and DNA. It is a story of life's infinite creativity. It is a story of how simple becomes complex, how the impossible becomes inevitable. Close your eyes, travel back in time with us. Let us explore the miracles that surround us every day, miracles we often take for granted. Let us understand the extraordinary processes that created the eye that sees these words, the ear that hears this voice, the brain that comprehends these ideas. This is a meditation on the power of deep time, on the elegance of natural selection, on the creativity of evolution itself. The eye, seeing the unseeable. Imagine you are in darkness, complete darkness. For millions of years, your ancestors lived without sight. They sensed heat, they sensed chemicals, they sensed touch, but they could not see. Then something remarkable began to happen. In some cells, proteins changed. New proteins emerged that could sense light. A simple light-sensitive patch appeared on the skin. Just a few cells capable of detecting whether it was day or night. That was enough. Over millions of years, this simple light-sensing patch became more complex. The patch began to curve inward, creating a primitive eye. Cells arranged themselves around this light-sensitive region. A lens began to form, focusing light onto the sensitive cells. Muscles formed to adjust the lens. Nerves connected the light-sensing cells to the brain. With each generation, vision improved slightly. Those who could see better survived longer. They had more offspring. Their genes spread through the population. Over millions of years, a simple light-sensitive patch became an eye that could see colors, an eye that could track movement, an eye that could read the distant stars. The remarkable fact is this: the eye evolved independently at least 40 times in different animal groups. Fish have eyes, insects have eyes, octopuses have eyes, vertebrates have eyes. Each evolved their own version of sight, each solving the same problem with slightly different solutions. But here is what makes it truly miraculous. The basic mechanism is the same in all of them. Proteins that sense light, cells that process that light, nerves that carry information to the brain. The fundamental solution was discovered by evolution so many times that it must be the optimal way to see. And you, right now, reading these words, have eyes that are the product of millions of years of this process. Your eyes contain over 2 million light-sensing cells. They process information at incredible speed. They allow you to see the vast complexity of the world around you. Consider this as you drift towards sleep. Your ability to see is a miracle of evolution. Flight. 4 different solutions to the same dream. Imagine wanting to fly. Not just falling through the air, but truly flying. Propelling yourself upward, controlling your direction, soaring above the world. For most of evolutionary history, flight was impossible. Life was bound to the ground or the water. Then something changed. Insects were first. Over 300 million years ago, insects evolved wings. No one is entirely certain how. Perhaps wings evolved from gills. Perhaps they evolved from flaps used to thermoregulate. But somehow, insects solved the problem of flight, and they became incredibly successful. Over 1 million insect species exist today. Inkermor tomnot enjehetsabas as this. Ingel hypdona beak. Woodeforo.
It's all a sword man, yeah. Remember this high peak all the flies and invasive insecurity chain. Them a conscript so it didn't make that central way. But it just one pipe get in it.
Over presby to fucking me.
It's a deal person seemed to in at the shiny hard and it's that pay. Colin here alluded to me help you.
Sex. The innovative desire solving the misery quidedic. Menaced of frifish as I am medic. A big dark and this Imagine you are living on the land. Your ancestors have walked on solid ground for hundreds of millions of years. Your body is perfectly adapted to life on land. Your legs move you forward. Your lungs breathe air. Your skin maintains moisture. Now imagine that the ocean is calling. There is food in the ocean. There is space in the ocean. There are fewer predators in the ocean. Your ancestors begin to wade into the water. Over millions of years, your body changes. Your legs become shorter. Your toes start to connect with webbing. Your nostrils begin to move. They slide backward, from the tip of your nose toward the top of your head. Why? Because when you dive, your nose is the last thing you want to break the surface of the water. Your front limbs become flippers. Your back limbs shrivel, becoming smaller and smaller, until they are just vestigial bones hidden beneath your skin. You develop a tail fin, not the tail of a fish which swishes side to side, a whale tail that moves up and down because you came from land animals. Your ears close. You develop a blowhole on top of your head where your nostrils once were. You develop a body that is streamlined, built for speed and efficiency in water. Your metabolism changes. Your blood chemistry changes. Your brain changes, developing new abilities. This is not fantasy. This actually happened. This transformation took place over 50 million years. Your ancestors walked on land, and now you spend your entire life in the ocean, never touching land, never needing to. Fossils tell this story. Ambulocetus, the walking whale, had hind limbs and front limbs. It could walk on land and swim in water. It was the bridge between land and sea, between your landlocked ancestors and your ocean-dwelling present. Modern whales are the most successful large animals on Earth. Blue whales, the largest animals ever to exist, are your descendants. They weigh 200 tons. They eat plankton. They migrate across oceans. They sing songs that travel for hundreds of miles through the water. When a whale breaches, launching its massive body out of the water, consider this. You are watching a land mammal. You are watching an animal that descended from creatures that walked on 4 legs, an animal whose ancestors lived in herds on the shore, an animal whose heart, liver, and brain are structured like your own. The whale is you, transformed. Evolution at its most epic and miraculous. The peacock's tail, beauty through sexual selection. Imagine you are a male peacock. Your primary goal in life is to reproduce, to pass your genes to the next generation. But there is a problem. Female peacocks have choices. They get to decide which males they mate with. So you evolve a solution. You grow a tail, an enormous tail, a tail with hundreds of feathers, a tail that is heavy, a tail that makes it harder to escape from predators, a tail that takes energy to grow and maintain, a tail that seems, from a survival perspective, like the worst decision nature could possibly make. But the female peacocks love it. They see your tail and they are impressed. They mate with you. Your tail genes spread through the population. Your children inherit your enormous tail. Soon, all the males have enormous tails. This process is called sexual selection. It is evolution driven not by survival, but by reproduction. Not by survival of the fittest, but by reproduction of the sexiest. The result is that peacock tails are now so large, so elaborate, so energetically expensive, that they seem almost like a handicap. And that is the point. A male who can survive and thrive despite having an enormous tail must be genetically superior. He must be healthy. He must have good genes. So the females choose him. The same process created the lion's mane, the elk's antlers, the gorilla's massive body, bright colors in birds, long horns in beetles. All of these features are not there because they help the animal survive. They are there because they help the animal reproduce. And this process, once started, feeds on itself. The more elaborate the tail, the more impressive it is. So the females prefer males with even more elaborate tails. Over generations, tails become more and more extreme until they reach an equilibrium, a balance point between the energy cost of growing them and the reproductive advantage they provide. A peacock's tail is not just beautiful, it is a miracle of evolution. It is a record of millions of years of female choice. It is a testament to the power of sexual selection to shape life on Earth. When you see a peacock displaying its tail, you are witnessing millions of years of evolution. You are witnessing the preferences of countless female peacocks, generation after generation, guiding the shape of life. Echolocation, the bat's sonar. Imagine living in complete darkness, not just darkness like nighttime, absolute darkness. Caves where no light has ever penetrated, caves where the sun's light will never reach. Most animals would be helpless. They would starve. They would crash into walls. They would have no way to navigate. But bats have discovered something remarkable. They have discovered sound. A bat emits a high-frequency sound, a click or a chirp. The sound travels outward through the air. When it hits an object, it bounces back. The bat hears the echo. From that echo, the bat's brain calculates the distance to the object, the size of the object, the texture of the object, the speed the object is moving. With this information, the bat can navigate through the darkest caves at high speed. It can catch flying insects in mid-air. It can hunt at night when most predators are asleep. Echolocation is so effective that bats have become one of the most successful mammal groups. About 1 in every 5 mammal species is a bat. Over 1,400 species of bats exist. They are found on every continent except Antarctica. But here is what makes echolocation truly miraculous. Dolphins also evolved echolocation. Dolphins are whales. They are descendants of land mammals, like the ancestors of whales that we discussed earlier. They independently discovered the same solution to the same problem. So evolution solved the problem of perceiving the world in darkness twice. 2 completely different animals, 2 different evolutionary lineages. Both discovered echolocation. Both developed it independently. How is this possible? Evolution is not random. It is constrained by physics and biology. There are only so many ways to solve a particular problem. And when the problem is important enough, evolution tends to find the solution. A bat navigating through darkness using sound is one of nature's most elegant creations. It is a reminder that the world is full of senses we do not possess. There are ways of perceiving reality that we cannot directly experience, but they are real, and they are miraculous. Metamorphosis, complete transformation. Imagine you are born as a caterpillar. You have 3 main body parts, a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. You have 6 legs. You have powerful jaws for chewing leaves. Your entire purpose is to eat, to consume vast quantities of leaves, to grow. You eat and grow. You eat and grow. Your exoskeleton becomes too small. You molt, shedding your skin and growing a new one. You repeat this process several times. Each time you get bigger. But then something extraordinary happens. Your body knows it is time for a transformation, a complete metamorphosis. You stop eating. You find a safe place. You attach yourself to a branch using a silk pad. You form a chrysalis, a hard cocoon that protects your body from the outside world. Inside this chrysalis, something miraculous occurs. Your body dissolves. Your caterpillar body breaks down into a nutrient-rich soup. Your organs dissolve. Your muscles dissolve. Your nervous system dissolves. Almost nothing of your original body remains intact. Then, from this primordial soup, something new forms. New organs form. New muscles form. New appendages form. A completely new body structure emerges. A body built for a different purpose. A body built for flight. You emerge from the chrysalis as a butterfly. You have 4 wings instead of no wings. You have a completely different body structure. You no longer have powerful jaws for chewing leaves. Instead, you have a long, thin proboscis for sipping nectar from flowers. Your purpose has changed, from eating leaves to pollinating flowers and reproducing. You have literally transformed into a different creature. A creature so different that if you did not know the history, you would never believe that the caterpillar and the butterfly were the same animal. Metamorphosis is one of evolution's most radical transformations. It is so dramatic that even scientists found it hard to believe, historically. Many people thought caterpillars and butterflies were different species, but metamorphosis makes sense evolutionarily. A caterpillar and a butterfly occupy different ecological niches. They eat different foods. They live different lifestyles. They reproduce at different times. by having a larval stage specialized for growth and an adult stage specialized for reproduction. Insects can take advantage of different resources at different times of life. Over 85% of insects undergo complete metamorphosis. Butterflies, beetles, flies, ants, all of them transform completely from one body form to another. When you watch a butterfly flutter past, consider what you are seeing. You are seeing an animal that was once a caterpillar, an animal that dissolved into soup and reformed into a new body, an animal that is living proof that evolution is not afraid to try radical solutions. Camouflage and mimicry, deception as an art form. Imagine you are a predator looking for food. You scan the environment. You look for movement. You look for colors that stand out. You look for shapes that look like prey. But evolution has armed your prey with an extraordinary defense: camouflage, the ability to blend in so completely with the surroundings that you cannot see them, not because they are hidden, but because they appear to be part of the landscape. A leaf insect looks exactly like a leaf, not just vaguely like a leaf, exactly like a leaf. It has veins that look like leaf veins. It has the same color as the leaves around it. It even has leaf-like patterns on its body. When it sits on a branch, it is invisible. A stick insect looks exactly like a stick. It is long and thin and brown. When it sits on a branch, it looks like the branch itself. You could stare directly at it and not see it. A moth rests on tree bark. Its wings are patterned exactly like the bark. The pattern of cracks and lichen is reproduced on the moth's wings. You could reach out and touch the moth and not realize it was there. But camouflage is not just about looking like your surroundings. Some animals take it further. They mimic other animals. A harmless fly evolves to look exactly like a dangerous wasp. It has yellow and black stripes. It even behaves like a wasp. Predators see it and think it is a wasp. They leave it alone. The harmless fly survives because it looks dangerous. A butterfly has eye spots on its wings. When it opens its wings, the eye spots look like the eyes of a large predator. A bird sees the eye spots and thinks it is looking at a much larger animal. The bird is startled and flies away. A snake that is harmless evolves to have the same color pattern as a venomous snake. Predators learn to avoid the venomous snake. They also avoid the harmless snake that looks like it. Both snakes benefit. They have a coat of arms. These are not conscious strategies. The animals are not thinking, "I will look like a wasp to avoid being eaten." Instead, over generations, natural selection favors those animals that happen to look like their surroundings or like dangerous creatures. Generation after generation, the resemblance gets better and better. The result is deception so perfect that it seems like magic. Nature has created art. Art in the form of camouflage so effective that you can stare directly at an animal and not see it. Art in the form of mimicry so perfect that predators are fooled. When you see a butterfly or an insect, consider the evolutionary journey that created its appearance. Consider the millions of years of refinement. Consider the countless predators and prey engaged in an arms race. You are looking at the result of this epic struggle. The human brain, from simple to consciousness. Imagine you are a simple organism in the ocean. You have no brain. You have a few nerve cells. That is all. When you encounter food, you eat it. When you encounter danger, you flee. Your nervous system is not capable of complex thought. But over millions of years, your descendants' brains become more complex. More nerve cells. More connections between nerve cells. Simple ganglia form. Primitive clusters of nerve cells. These ganglia allow for more sophisticated behavior. Over more millions of years, the brain becomes larger. Different regions of the brain specialize. Some regions handle vision. Some handle smell. Some handle movement. Some handle memory. In fish and reptiles, the brain is relatively simple, but it works. The animal can see. It can smell. It can move. It can remember. In mammals, the brain becomes even more complex. The cerebral cortex, the outer layer of the brain, becomes more developed. This region handles higher-order thinking, planning, strategy, emotion. In primates, the brain becomes even larger. The cerebral cortex becomes even more developed. The connections between different regions of the brain increase. Abstract thinking becomes possible. Self-awareness becomes possible. And finally, in humans, the brain reaches its current peak. You have a cerebral cortex with 16 billion neurons. Each neuron is connected to thousands of other neurons. The number of possible connections is so large that it exceeds the number of atoms in the universe. You have consciousness. You are aware of yourself. You can think about thinking. You can imagine things that do not exist. You can plan for the future. You can remember the past. You can fall in love. You can create art. You can understand the universe. All of this emerged from a simple nervous system. All of this is the product of evolution. Your brain is the miracle of billions of years of neural refinement. When you think a thought, you are using an organ that took 4 billion years to evolve. When you feel an emotion, you are experiencing the culmination of millions of years of evolutionary development. When you love someone, you are engaging with neural mechanisms that evolved to promote the survival of your genes. Your consciousness is evolution's greatest achievement. Your ability to contemplate the universe is the universe contemplating itself. Photosynthesis, capturing sunlight. Imagine the Earth is bathed in sunlight. Vast amounts of energy arrive from the sun. But for millions of years, life has no way to use this energy. Life feeds on chemical energy from deep-sea vents, or from organic material from meteorites. Then something extraordinary happens. Some cells evolve the ability to capture sunlight and convert it into chemical energy. Photosynthesis is born. Photosynthesis is one of the most elegant chemical processes in nature. Light hits a protein called chlorophyll. The light energy excites electrons in the chlorophyll. These electrons jump to higher energy levels. The energy is used to split water molecules. Oxygen is released as a byproduct. The energy is used to combine carbon dioxide and water into sugar. Sugar, the most fundamental fuel of life on Earth. With photosynthesis, a norma for a foreign, liggen your befaring de machepon, boer op shade door bed. Bourgemen om foreign, ama ken amor persandum. Kidrane du goma mitimo. A fabulous more brown. How do you catch it? Evolution has a solution. Venom. A snake evolves fangs. Glands form near the fangs. These glands produce a cocktail of proteins and chemicals. When the snake bites its prey, the venom enters the prey's body. The venom paralyzes the prey's nervous system. The prey stops moving. The snake can swallow it. A jellyfish evolves cells called nematocysts. These cells contain microscopic harpoons coated with venom. When a small animal touches the jellyfish, the nematocysts fire. They puncture the animal. The venom enters the animal's body. The animal is paralyzed. It is slowly consumed. A spider evolves fangs. Venom glands fill the fangs. The spider injects venom into its prey. The venom breaks down the prey's tissues from the inside. The spider drinks the liquefied insect. A bee evolves a stinger. The stinger is coated with venom. When the bee stings, the venom causes pain and inflammation. It deters predators from eating bees. Venom evolved independently in hundreds of animal groups. It is one of nature's most common solutions to the problem of defense or predation. But venom is not just for hunting. It is also used for defense. A pufferfish produces tetrodotoxin, one of the most deadly poisons known. A single pufferfish contains enough poison to kill 30 humans. A poison arrow frog produces alkaloid toxins that are so deadly they were used on poison arrows. A Gila monster injects venom to deter predators. Venom is evolution's answer to the question, how can a small or vulnerable animal protect itself? Or how can an animal catch prey larger or faster than itself? The answer is chemistry. By evolving complex proteins and chemicals that disrupt the nervous system or the blood, an animal can level the playing field. A tiny spider can catch a fly. A small snake can catch a bird. A jellyfish can catch fish. When you consider venom, consider the extraordinary evolutionary arms race. Predators evolved venom to catch prey. Prey evolved resistance to the venom. Predators evolved stronger venom. Prey evolved stronger resistance. Back and forth, generation after generation, each side trying to outcompete the other. The result is some of the most sophisticated chemistry in nature. Venom is a miracle of evolution. Cooperation and altruism. Evolution beyond competition. We often think of evolution as a struggle, competition, survival of the fittest. But evolution has discovered something surprising. Sometimes cooperation works better than competition. Ants live in colonies of up to 20 million individuals. They work together. They build elaborate underground cities. They farm fungus for food. They wage wars against other colonies. They communicate using pheromones. They accomplish feats of engineering that seem impossible for individual insects. But here is the remarkable part. A worker ant will die for the colony. An ant will throw herself at a predator to protect her sisters. An ant will work until she drops from exhaustion, building tunnels for the colony. She does this not because she will directly benefit. She does this because her genes are in her sisters. By helping her sisters, she spreads her genes. This is called kin selection. It is a mechanism of evolution that favors altruism toward relatives. But cooperation goes beyond family. Dolphins hunt together. They coordinate their movements. They drive fish into a ball and take turns feeding. They are not related, but they cooperate. Humans are masters of cooperation. We build cities together. We farm together. We create art together. We create music together. We conduct science together. We do all of this without the genetic kinship that explains ant cooperation. How did altruism evolve in humans? How did a species that must have competed fiercely for survival come to value cooperation so highly? The answer is that cooperation is more efficient than competition. A group of cooperating humans can accomplish more than a group of competing humans. They can hunt more game. They can build better tools. They can care for the young and the sick. They can survive harsh winters. Groups of humans that cooperated well survived. Groups that competed with each other were defeated by the cooperating groups. Gradually, the genes for cooperation spread through the human population. Evolution is not just about competition. It is about survival. And sometimes cooperation is the strategy that leads to survival. When you consider human civilization, consider that it is the product of evolution. Our capacity for cooperation, our ability to form groups and work together, our ability to trust each other, these are all products of natural selection. The living fossil, coelacanth and horseshoe crab. Imagine a creature that has not changed in 400 million years. A creature that lived during the time of dinosaurs. A creature that was thought to be extinct for 66 million years. A creature that is swimming in the ocean right now, unchanged from its distant past. This creature is the coelacanth. It is a fish that was thought to have gone extinct at the same time as the dinosaurs. But in 1938, a fisherman caught a coelacanth. It was alive. It still existed. Since then, scientists have caught several more coelacanths. They have studied them. The coelacanth has remained virtually unchanged for millions of years. It has all the same features as fossil coelacanths from millions of years ago. The same body shape, the same fins, the same teeth. Why has the coelacanth not evolved? Why has it remained frozen in time? The answer is that evolution is not driven toward complexity or improvement. Evolution is driven by survival. An organism that is well adapted to its environment does not need to change. The coelacanth lives in the deep ocean, in a stable environment. The temperature is constant. The food is constant. There are few predators. There is no pressure to evolve. A coelacanth that works well in this environment will survive and reproduce. It will pass its genes to the next generation. There is no advantage to changing. The horseshoe crab is similar. It has remained virtually unchanged for 450 million years. It has survived more mass extinctions than any other animal. It thrives in its environment. It has no need to evolve. Living fossils teach us something important. Evolution is not a ladder climbing toward complexity. Evolution is a process of change in response to environmental pressure. In a stable environment, change slows or stops. An organism that is well suited to its world does not need to change. When you see a coelacanth or a horseshoe crab, you are looking at a mirror to the ancient world. You are looking at an animal that is virtually unchanged from its distant ancestors. You are looking at proof that evolution does not drive toward improvement, but toward adaptation. Final meditation, the miracle of life. As we drift into sleep, contemplating the miracles of evolution, we contemplate the extraordinary journey that life has taken on this planet. From simple cells to complex organisms, from darkness to eyes that see, from the ground to the sky, from silence to songs and calls and echolocation, from simple chemical reactions to consciousness itself. Evolution is not a conscious process. There is no goal. There is no plan. There is only the ruthless elimination of those who cannot adapt. There is only the survival of those who can. And yet, the result is beauty beyond measure. Eyes that see, wings that fly, colors that dazzle, behaviors that astound, brains that contemplate the universe. Every creature alive today is the product of billions of years of this process. You are the product of billions of years of evolution. Your body is a library of evolutionary history. Sleep knowing that every atom in your body was forged in the heart of a star. Sleep knowing that you are stardust. You are the universe becoming aware of itself. Sleep peacefully, knowing that life on Earth is a product of billions of years of natural selection. Sleep knowing that there is great beauty and elegance in this process. Sleep knowing that you are connected to all other life on this planet. You share DNA with every animal. You share evolutionary history with every plant. You are part of one continuous tree of life. Sleep and dream of birds and butterflies. Dream of whales diving deep into the ocean. Dream of eyes opening for the first time. Dream of creatures evolving and adapting. Dream of the slow, patient work of natural selection creating the living world. Good night from the Deep Sleep Channel. Sleep well, knowing that you are a miracle. Sleep well, knowing that the world around you is full of miracles. Sleep well and dream of evolution's greatest achievements.